Time to go.
Would you care to sit? If you ever
क्या अचीवमेंट हुआ?
Would you care to sit? If you ever
गाना तो सही है जो बोलो रे. It's time for some R1 quest. I do like the song of this Netland. ये पुणे पे जाना है मेरे को. कहीं पे सिवा टीपी वगैरह नहीं है. इतना पुणे में भेज रहा हो भाई.
Time to go.
Paimon feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind. Still, spending time here really has. The Kaholosaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, actually. yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last?
Yep, this area is so nice.
Paimon
you
is
like it.
cute.
I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolute.
Hey, Mualani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
And Kachina? Is she back?
Kachina... But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the right of...
That's a relief.
Okay,
The
अभी वो
abyss is
पार्ट
coming.
आएगा.
Exactly. She...
Alright, thanks for letting me know. Jeez, she sounded a little anxious.
Mualani, you said the abyss was cunning just now. Like, think about all those, not that Paimon wants them.
Relax. At a glance, it certainly seems like, but through our long 500 years ago, the abyss, that's right. And Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes for... Even so, the effects of the invasion... Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe. Exactly. We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night King.
And that's how it became so dangerous.
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to... Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully... Now every tribe is prospering and
You must have had to sacrifice...
Every battle, every responsibility. But I believe to think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations. It's kind of romantic. Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know? Anyway, the sea's not going anywhere.
Okay, second part शुरू. पैनिक आने वाला है अब.
Whoa, this place...
Of course. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who...
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kenichi!
Yeah, a commission.
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend?
Hey, look! Is it about to...
That's right. Come on, let's go somewhere.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Hello. अपन नेटलैंड का भी क्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट. हेलो, स्ट्रीम चालू है. अभी कचीना वाला पार्ट आ रहा है. मेरे को एक चीज समझ नहीं आया, ये कट सीन में पूरा नेटलैंड गाना गा रहा है टू ब्रिंग देम बैक, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन। हम लोग को वो गाना कैसे मालूम है? अबे सिंग अलोंग के लिए भी तो क्या बोलते हैं, उसका वो लिरिक्स आना चाहिए ना, बोली आना चाहिए।
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What is...
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and Resurrect...
What's going on? This has never happened.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win. Think about it. The Ode... Since the Archon couldn't...
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina...
Pathetic.
Your wild guesses are misplaced.
Maybe you did. But who's to say whether that little girl even could... Why would the YUB recognize someone like her? Even if she was on the winning team.
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to
Calm down, Mualani. There's no...
I can't just sit here and let them slander her.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be...
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly...
That's true. If she was... Maybe the YUB interpret victory...
I mean, that girl didn't look all that...
क्या?
Kachina wouldn't have run!
किसका ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन?
No. She's been waiting for this moment for too long.
Nope.
No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might, we don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an...
Fine. We'll find out what happened.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it.
नहीं, मैं भी स्ट्रीम ये कट सीन देख रहा हूँ.
However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies to prevent further casualties. I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is but doubt is a means by which we seek the truth. If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish. But now's your...
No,
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have... I know you said you were investigating the situation, but...
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friends sooner, you should join the So, what...
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me...
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this
Did she just... ask?
I believe she did. Let's go.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be...
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew if it came to... Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share. We supported her every step, sit peacefully and wait for her...
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand you. Believe me, I want to bring her back. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the... Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rule.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. the foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will but if we stop altogether, the sacred flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the—
If we compare the two choices... Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach—
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kenichi, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing—
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage?
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring my—
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the— Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I understand your anger, Mualani.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second.
I owe you an apology, Archon.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way—
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always— without the chance to fight the Abyss. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fought—
So, essentially, the Abyss has taken Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the cup staying there for a short period. Your sense of self will be— Imagine pouring a cup— I won't sugarcoat it.
Just like you said, Archon. You can focus all your efforts on
The Abyss poses the same threat—
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue—
I failed to protect her during our camp.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support you. The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pin— Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the—
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of souls?
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a— However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to—
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing.
So, Hyman's the—
See, Lolly of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate. It was originally used as—
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't—
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. Besides, you're the ones helping me. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first— I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, in the middle. But our reputation—
That's more like it. Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But ideally, this would be the perfect night for—
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. It embodies fond memory.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within— If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the but don't worry.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire.
You're right. Even now, the production of contending fire is— The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy as things stand. The pilgrimage is a lost cause. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that— But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the—
Another simple choice. The latter was—
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right— Let's go. There's still a way.
You mean?
Yes. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the so until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining.
Don't let desperation cloud. Those chosen by the Wyab have all we can do.
Even so, for you to make the...
If not me, then who? No other. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
Capitano is here.
A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
Bhai Chashma.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
I just hope कि इसका अल्ट एनिमेशन में भी इसका बार ग्लो करे. होमिंग मिसाइल हुआ. She got the deluxe aura. उसका ब्लेड भी वो पूरा पड़ा. भाग गया.
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. But I'm sure the captain has his own reason.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus.
No. We're running out of... The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now came from the masters of the Nightwind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable... When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate. Kanich, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
Of course. I'll head out right now. Do you still intend...
Yes. Natlan's strength has never... Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must...
Is everything okay, Ark?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something...
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Have faith in the Archon.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll have...
Okay, let's just keep...
Damn it.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
क्या बोला?
That's Wyna, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell...
My friend Kachina is trapped within the...
Rescue her? From the night...
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a fool. The nature of battle is...
I appreciate what you're trying to...
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna? Life isn't complete without...
If you're that determined...
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But...
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's...
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her, but let's get back to business.
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The night, in that sense...
जल्दी हो जा, हो जा.
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength...
Who?
Vichama, a legendary war. He's got a keen eye and a...
Vichama?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. Where can we find...
Ever since Malco passed.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Someone admiring the scenery. Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring some... No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of...
Are you okay?
Everything's fine. After I help you find Kachina's...
Your friend? Oh,
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it.
That's not a problem.
Yeah. Since you're
Then we're agreed. I see. From what I can tell, once the connection is established, the abyss...
wow, you got all that?
I just picked up on the bait. I'll go find an open...
We'll go right away. What do you...
First, I'll need some hook rope.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a...
Oh, I see.
Right. I need one... No, 2 chunks of obsidian. Normally, you can only get obsidian from...
Gotcha!
All right, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the...
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That...
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything...
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight. Hang on, Kachina.
Gaming Tube, hello.
Hello. Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing
Gaurav,
equipment?
Gaurav bhai, hello.
Yes. How much?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see.
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. All right. That's our...
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the trap.
क्या हाल चाल? मैं मस्त. आप बताओ.
Excuse me. Do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes.
Perfect. Is that the...
That might be...
Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything's going...
I know, it's just... Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here Here you go. How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5...
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking.
बस
But I don't know all the details. Bichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Bichama
क्या हाल
excelled
चाल?
in scouting
बस
and
हर जगह
analyzing the battlefield.
कहाँ
The two
झूम
made
रहा?
an excellent
अच्छा.
team, and managed to beat
झूमो
the
झूमो.
Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of
सबका
battle,
स्ट्रीम पर जा
the
रहा.
Abyss
अच्छा.
launched an attack on their tribe, and Bichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue
ये
someone.
भगवान. कंधा को लगा.
Agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss, and Bichama didn't argue. He knew
अच्छा वो अगर मेरा तो चैट मरा हुआ था. चैट क्या मैं पूरा स्ट्रीम मरा हुआ है.
hordes of abyssal Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself. Oh, you're not wrong. I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. The Abyss has caused... Anyway...
चला ऊपर कैसे जाऊं बे? आपका अकाउंट दिखा दो, यही तो मेरा अकाउंट है। ऊपर कहाँ से जाऊं? Where is Kachina? Let's bring Kachina to play. चढ़ाई करना है अपने को। Means characters. Okay, एक मिनट। What the hell? कौन सा कैरेक्टर देखना है?
As you wish.
नोवी लाटे, ये देखो अपना नोवी। क्या मैं इसको पढ़ा सकता हूँ? नहीं, बाद में करूँगा उसको। आर्टिफैक्ट रोल्स उतने अच्छे नहीं गए, बेटर आर्टिफैक्ट्स मिल जाएंगे देखा जाए तो। अभी काजुहा बिल्ड चालू है एंड नोएल। बेसिकली अपन ने गलती से शॉप से नोवेल खरीद लिया था। ये तो इसलिए चलो C6 करते करते इसको DPS ही बना लेते हैं करके।
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name. Go ahead. After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned. I've always blamed myself.
But that happened several years ago. The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Soul.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's
और कौन सा कैरेक्टर देखना है?
If you see any
बस
fragments,
मूवी देखना था।
make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
क्या?
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone! Shower me with...
One with nature.
Time to shine!
The tides beckon.
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
इसको क्या होगा? ये क्यों बैठ गया? खड़े खड़े थक गया. हाँ हो गया, पंखा ठीक हो गया.
Quick, take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is...
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
Why is she in Jojo position?
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, why can't I?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now?
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you?
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone...
Okay. I'll be...
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming. And now...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences.
Huh? What's that in your hands?
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Hello.
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words.
Too bad. No one will get... I never thought I'd actually die on this mission.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then.
मैं stream करता.
Pisak. Maybe you're right. Maybe no. Vichama, don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, but... It also...
A deeper...
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, for all these years...
Vichama!
I'm fine. When you
क्या हो
asked for
गया?
my help, I hesitate, but... I also understand. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could... That way, Even if there are critical junctures, that's something I had to learn.
Thank you, Vichama. I promised I would find.
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of... Thanks to her, though, you are only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep this... Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off. Oh, and.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that?
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Waina. I can
Honestly, it's just one thing after. They're back.
Koichi?
Don't play dumb with your... My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow time.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned that strength of will put...
For some reason, Paimon can talk.
Well...
I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, Kit, eventually she found a... It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though.
That's partly my fault.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us...
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to...
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain your...
I don't have anything to say.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. But a trip to the...
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking...
You bought off Uncle Waina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything...
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done?
Oh, I knew it!
This is important. If you were in my shoes...
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics.
All right, whatever.
You... What do you mean,
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... You need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't...
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals.
ये चास्का का 2 फोन है?
I've also told you that
sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Waina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi!
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I...
Then support me. I'll be back.
Just so, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so...
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way. That's not my place to get involved.
Thank you.
Anytime. According to Kinich, it's an...
If only Tonegif Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Sounds like it wasn't still. Stay safe out there in the night.
चल जुट्टा स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ ना, एक और राइमिंग निकल रहा था मुझसे। स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ, नहीं बोल सकता।
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of this?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're... Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation.
Hello,
but
Jer. Welcome to the
I
stream.
won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about still. All you need to do...
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I...
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so...
You have nothing to be sorry about. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down.
Sub artifacts.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's tower?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone and physical items do a far better job of... Now, I still have some... If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
All right, we'll have a look. Hey, there's a fishing rod here.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fish. He and I met in a tavern. He told me in his eyes
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out he managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch?
Well, Paimon
That was my answer as well. In the end, he didn't...
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head to head.
There are so many jars and potions around here.
No, those belong to the masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used. Yamaya is an expert in this. The tools you see here, the contents of the jar.
Ooh, must be some
grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although...
Make sure to handle everything with care.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. The association with strength might also, and even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for...
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the... He would often wear this...
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time.
The powder still needs some time to settle. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding?
Yeah! If each item... Does every item hold a special...
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names. They demonstrate the truth.
The shape of...
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Name.
At once?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your... Exactly. Take out a portion of that journey, and the future is the same way. Of course, there are the...
That does...
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often well, the pilgrimage and the night only by uniting the people of Natlan across to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of... That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. Namely, a framework. By holding the pilgrimage, in addition, the sacred flame...
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine... Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little Saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a fake...
Your sister is so cute! I'm almost having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh.
A little late for that question.
Sorry! I'm so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
No matter what others may say, my becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties. My father made the most delicious stew. One time, we didn't close the door. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a...
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow...
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. Anyway, that's enough about me. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes
स्पैरो
of life
जुका भाई
resound through
कितने
heaven
दिनों
and earth,
बाद
so too shall our
क्या
stories
हाल
remain
स्पैरो
eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina!
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the... I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying
अरे
to...
वो मैं हॉस्टल पे होता हूँ वेकेशन पे आया हूँ घर ओके
I keep hearing these awful sounds.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. We'll find a way back.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait.
I'm really scared. I don't want you to put yourselves in...
All you need to do is place your no one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion.
I know. I'm prepared.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case she's... That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel...
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more...
Thank you so much for your help,
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on Eon-san. I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
तेरे साथ तो नहीं तो बड़ा चुतियापा करता है अच्छा अमीबो से पूछ उसके बाद पूछ भी रहा है मैंने क्या किया
जा रहे थे अपना बिजनेस गाड़ी उड़ा दिया बाइक उड़ाया कॉम्पस है वो कितना कोशिश किया अपने बिजनेस पे जाने के लिए सब उड़ा दिया लास्ट में हम वो होश मोड हो गए घूम रहे आर पार अरे ये नाटू का क्या हाल है रे
स्ट्रीम कर रहा है नहीं 12 बजे सो जा रहा
So we're underneath Natlan right now?
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization, ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragon.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced...
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now. These ruins have been abandoned for a long...
So what you're saying is... We're not...
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Why are you all laughing like that?
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking...
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let any...
यहाँ की चेस्ट दिखा था मेरे को कहाँ पे चेस्ट है बे वो
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Let's light it up!
Into the wind.
Silence!
हेलो नात्सु, स्ट्रीम हो गया? गर्लफ्रेंड के लिए अकाउंट बन गया? नात्सु गर्लफ्रेंड के लिए अकाउंट बना लिया? अगर स्ट्रीम हो गया तो आ जाओ वीसी।
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
अरे सब बोल रहे थे न्यू अकाउंट बनाओ तो बना दिया। गर्लफ्रेंड के लिए बोल रहे थे बनाने के लिए तेरे।
One with nature.
वो बोल रहे थे कुछ मस्त टाइटल डालो। अच्छा वीसी आ जा, अगर कुछ नहीं कर रहा है स्ट्रीम बंद कर दिया तो। अगर स्ट्रीम चालू है तो देख ले।
Let's light it up! Clouds high, the birds call!
Be sanctified. Silence.
हो गया। 12 बजे सो रहा था, आजकल सुनने आया है। चल सच बोल, अब बेड में सो जा लेटा हुआ है, लेकिन सो कितने बजे रहा है वो बता।
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up and we'll be there. Nothing to it. Easy for you to say.
पहुंच गए ऊपर। रोलेक्स हेलो, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम।
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar.
We actually have... Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
धकेल दे। When you play Valo, आर्गन कुछ कंप्लीट कर लेता हूँ, सोच रहा हूँ आज। कब से ऐसे ही पड़ा हुआ है, उसके बाद Valo खेलूंगा।
Don't have to drag Paimon. You're pulling too hard.
Looks like we made it.
Interesting.
This is the... It looks so different from what I imagined. That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here...
That's it?
Hmm.
You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even...
So that means all we need to do is find...
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world.
The terrain looks... Yeah, these
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling... It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect...
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the...
Whether in triumph or death, you want your...
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but you're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the...
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here. You can't go wandering off. It's too... Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being.
भाई भूत लोग अटैक कर रहे हुआ.
We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Let's light it up!
The wind knows me.
Bow your head.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was...
Don't scare Paimon!
I heard it too.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't...
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
you're here, Kachina! Oh, honey? Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters. Good idea. Let's go! Let's go, Twirly!
Settle down.
Huh?
Off we go! One with nature.
Right here. You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me. The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out. Had a girl. You did so well.
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. I can't exactly put it into words, but something's... That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their... There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the Abyss...
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer.
I agree. We might even manage. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration.
Kachina? What's wrong? Nothing. Just a headache. And
maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for
No, I'm fine. I don't... Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But you don't have anything to prove either.
All right. The sooner we...
We've already come all this way.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself?
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not So go. Achieve your goal.
Thank you for...
You're a true... Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk. I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab! So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. Alright, get ready everyone! Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place!
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really
Abyss Mage?
soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way.
You killed...
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying, you may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril. No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks, I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer them. That is the tragedy of your ancient names. Pride. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose... Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina...
I Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. Because I'm not alone.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've—
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? The power lies not in the idea, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal.
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than two of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you...
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got it. Need a surfboard? Action at with flames! Whoosh! Off we go. Let's ride! Amazing! Right here! Clear the area! Carving waves! Surf's up! Amazing! Right here! Surf's up! Let's ride!
The tides beckon.
अबे न्यूलाटे कैसे आ गया अचानक से?
We won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely, this makes me so...
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable!
Huh? My ancient name is... Glow...
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't...
Wait, does that mean you...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off, everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering from me. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone. Only then will we have the power to Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Waya. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impact.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong,
So many memories. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure—
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way—
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was— This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on—
One is absorbing, others are giving the power back. Nice.
Okay, that should be enough. Why up? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define. Focus on who you want to be. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love. It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all.
I know we've never met before, Wyab, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on? An earth?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick,
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us! The opening in the sky! It's closing!
we need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here. Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
Did her hair glow? And why is she Electro? She was Pyro. Oh, rock and roll music, बापरे. Hello, Jer.
You've done well.
कहता है rock song Pyro
Now
Archon
come
के लिए.
home.
We're back! The Pyro Archon saved us.
पी लेंगे पानी वानी.
She's not here! Yeah, didn't she say she used it all?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night King.
So you're saying her
Every great display of power comes at a price. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor with—
I recommend getting a full checkup.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to do—
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the night.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro—
I'll let her explain everything. Every move we make from here on out.
Huh.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as— Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine— All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I have to say though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like—
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patience.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good— Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation— I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has—
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to say our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable—
Mualani told us
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded, but unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at even then. It took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to find— And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as—
I'd never—
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom, but at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory. Nor our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wyatt. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally—
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who since the plan was mentioned in those memories, but there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon—
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro Archon is—
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limit. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes— If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, The Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribe. The goal was to reunite the people. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great.
So that means I'm one of the
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time.
Karthik, hello, welcome to the stream.
But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shalonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names.
Okay.
During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, late
Yes,
night stream.
But we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to real. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes.
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wild. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with the.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before, where did it...
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night King. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. And Mualani, in addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important...
Fuel? So...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important. But there's an even more significant trait they all share. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending on their own. Each item's power is limited. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about the...
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my and then it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echo. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Nat. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan,
even when you put it that way...
There's no need. Remember what I told you about the people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply, if you still have regrets, let them fuel your deeds will become new legends and nurture new.
Well, we'd still like.
Well, if that's the case, just treat. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold, and we could all use the rest. That's for sure.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing,
try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. All right. You should head out.
हाँ खत्म होने वाला है मेरा क्वेस्ट.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natland. They attract people from all walks of life. The people of the springs have never... It's been really nice seeing the children of my tribe get older. I've witnessed their energy. Even when they... I'm certain Mualani will be... One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet the Abyss is a cunning enemy. My rage will never know absolution. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the... But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna...
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes, even across time. We will all do our part.
Yeah, Mom's right. No, seriously though, Dad should...
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight.
Who will be the one to bring this?
We are the those who grew those who forged. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
It's sad. Natlan sending is sad.
too?
Oh, no, I knew. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad.
Ah, well, you too.
She didn't cause any trouble during your.
Yeah, she was super helpful.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked?
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little... Anyway, I'm just...
What? Do you really have to go that far?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. I appreciate the understand. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind... In the end, it's all the abyss...
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Well done. Thank you.
I always knew you could do it.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team.
I had no choice.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to...
I wasn't, I swear. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do?
But the fact of the matter is that
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was...
It's amazing that you... Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned...
All right. There's, dear friends, firstly, I'm grateful to my friends, this traveler and her companion Paimon. They've agreed to let me and let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the traveler. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. To be honest, well, you better get used to it. Next, hey, please don't.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite.
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because the thought of telling them, abandon your... You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. I couldn't make them shoulder that. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret, and this is a war. And there can be no war without loss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends is a...
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, even if the future ends in destruction, there's still... And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate. This is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily if you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will all...
Ancient names can be...
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but If they couldn't be forged at all, then the number possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This—
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge— We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but—
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and as for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to say—
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you—
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out. You heard something from here, didn't you?
I think so. मेरा C7 मिनट हो गया वाह Natsu C7 Bennett क्या करूँगा C7 Bennett का Hello UV, welcome to the stream.
Oh!
wind knows me.
Someone needs assistance. I must leave no stone unturned.
Silence!
Into the wind.
Shower me with drip. I'll catch up. Steady as stone.
Bow your head.
क्रिट कर ले.
As a dutiful maid would, leave it all to me. I'll catch up. Leave it to me.
Silence!
Let my name echo in song.
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Settle down.
as a good knight should. Steady as stone. I'll catch up.
हो गया, चलो रेजन खत्म हो गया है, बाकी हो गया सामान। चलो हो गया मेरा